Alright, this is my new challenge. It's called, the challenge is called, I want a fast car, but my wife tells me to get something practical, for the family. Well, for short, sleeper challenge. Because, the idea is to build a car for me that I want that's, fast. But it has to be like discreet about it. It has to look like a normal or luxury or classy car. Well, I say car, but it's really just SUVs, vans, and station wagons. Well, I'll just get into the rules and then you'll understand what I'm talking about. Okay. First rule is set the production year to 2019. And this first box here puts sleeper challenge. Your username, the name of your company on the third box here, and the fourth box is the name of your vehicle. So the best way I think to do this is go to right here where it says body type, uncheck the sedan, keep the wagon, uncheck the hatchback, uncheck the coupe. Keep the SUV body, uncheck the utility, which is a pickup truck, keep the MPV or move repeat van, what it's called, vehicle, uncheck the convertibles, and use only SUVs, vans, and wagons above 117.4 wheelbase. See right here, I think that's your wheelbase right there. It's 102.4 inches on the first option you get right here. So you gotta use anything that's over 117.4 inches on the wheelbase. Okay, it must be $40,000 to $90,000 in price. No warning lights. That's this right here, which I don't have any. I don't know if you can see my finger or not. But no blue, yellow, or red warning lights. No engine stress. Let me get to the engine part right here. You can use anything you want to here on this section. I don't want people to copy me exactly or anything like that, but I tried to compete with the Jeep Trackhawk. So in order to get that kind of speed I was looking for, I had to go with fiberglass, monocoque, glued aluminium, front longitudinal McPherson strut, and push rod. But you can use any option you have right here. But just like I said, keep it under 90,000, but at least get $40,000 in price. Any engine you want, just no engine stress. Like most people pay attention to this right here, but you also got to pay attention to this right here because maybe you're using turbochargers, and you might miss like some percentage of stress right here. So make sure that everything's 0% stress. Like I said, any engine internals you want here on this section. Anything you want right here, any quality, and again, anything you want to right here, any quality. You can use natural aspirator or turbochargers, any setup you want, It has to be multiport or direct injection only. It can't be anything else. Use any configuration you want. Use any intake you want. It's not against the rules, but my advice would be to stray away from the race intake because it lowers your reliability. Use only regular gasoline. Only regular, because I don't see any point in buying premium or super because it's like 10 to 15 cents more on a gallon with that. And if I was to put low quality into it, or regular, if I was to put regular gasoline in it, then my engine would knock and it would hurt the reliability. Any quality. Okay, it must have a 3-way or Highflow 3-way catalytic converter. These two only. At least one muffler. But my current setup right now is 2 mufflers with a straight through into a baffled. I know that's kind of strange, but the idea is to kind of keep it quiet. You don't want it to be loud that your wife gets suspicious and say, I think this is a racing car. You want to be quiet like a luxury car or a normal car. I think I got it like 33.1 on loudness. I'm going to pretend like this is decibels. It may be wrong, but I'm trying to think. Keep it under 40 on the decibels. On the loudness. Keep it under 40. Have at least 350 horsepower with at least 400 foot-pounds of torque. There's no maximum, so you can go as far as you want to with that. It has to get at least 16 miles per gallon. It has to do 0 to 62 miles per hour or 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 5 seconds or less. It has to have top speed of at least 165 as fast as you wanted to get it. So no limit on top speed. Just the lower part is limited. Let me turn the next page to the rules. Try to make it classy. Not racy. Don't make it look like a like it can be a race SUV. We don't want any hint that it has power, even though it does. Because wife is against having a performance vehicle. So like what I did right here. I think maybe some chrome could have looked better like that, right across there somewhere. Maybe like a little vent right here with some badging or something like that, or maybe some running boards, or maybe some little bit of lights on the door. So I don't know. But me as a detailer, I hate having to wax around things, afraid of getting wax stuck in cracks. That's why I only went with this white pearl, or this white metallic paint, because I feel like it's a classy color, and this chrome trimming and chrome rims. Even though I hate chrome, well, I don't mind it so much on trim, but it just seems like it gets scratched up on the rims. But I got chrome rims. They look black, but they're chrome. Yeah, but it's chrome trim on white metallic paint. You paint it any way you want to. I just, like I said, don't give it a race car color. It's not going to disqualify you or anything like that, but it's probably going to hurt your. It's going to hurt your score in styling if you don't put something. What do you call it? Conceited? No, that's not the word I used earlier. Discreet. Yeah, I know I had a scene there somewhere. So yeah, I don't think this screams race car or anything like that, or race SUV. It looks fairly normal, fairly ugly, because I'm not a good styler, not a good designer. So yeah, it's got a sunroof up there. And okay, let's go on to the rules. All-wheel drive only. No manual. Because most women don't know how to drive a manual. They're like, oh, manual, gotta do all that work. Oh no, and plus manual might give it away that's a race car. A race SUV or high performance SUV is what I should say. So you can use anything else except for a manual. I got dual clutch, but I'm going to make the buttons for the upshift and downshift as small as possible to be discreet. You know, you don't. I'm going to make them as buttons on the back of the steering wheel, not as paddles, because that's too suspicious. As you can see, I'm doing a 0 to 62 in 3.5 seconds. That's now I was trying to compete with the Jeep, what you call it, not Trailhawk, Trackhawk. No open differential, no manual lockers, no automatic lockers. So use either geared, viscosis, or electric LSD. Use radial tires only. I got 305s, which is, you know, kind of wide. You know, the wife might get suspicious of that, but try not to make them any. You know, there's no limit on how wide the tires are. Just, you know, be discreet about it. You know, try to keep it, you know, 310 or under. It's not an actual rule, but you know, just you don't want wives to get suspicious that it's a high performance vehicle. Use any brakes you want, as long as it stops safely. No brake fade. I mean 0.0 on all three of these right here: drivability, sportage, utility. You must have at least 50 on the cooling airflow. Brake airflow I don't care about. At least 5 seats. No basic interior, so you must use everything below. None infotainment, so you must have at least basic infotainment on down here. Must have power steering. Must have ESC with launch control. Must have advanced 10s. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Must not have none, but you can use basic 2000s on down here. So yeah, anything you want to on the suspension. So I'm looking at my rules and make sure there's something I didn't forget. Okay, now I'm going to be showing like how I'm scoring these, you know, things here. Okay. You know, last challenge, a couple of challenges, some people forgot to put, you know, some important things on the vehicle. So what I thought about doing was, whatever I rate your style, I'm going to add, you know, points to it, or take away points from it. I mean, because it, you know, nobody's ever forgot headlights sending their vehicles in, but each thing that you forget is a negative 0.5 points. So I'm not going to disqualify even if you gave me a blank car, but it's going to hurt your styling severely. So everything that you miss, like I said, it's negative 5 or 0.5 points. So make sure you have headlights, a grille, turn signals. I think I put mine right here. I don't know if you can actually see a mouse. Turn signals on the side. It can be on the mirror like it is here, right here. Turn signals on the back. Have some sort of badge on the front and the back. See, like I got my Owens badge back there and my EO badge up front here. An antenna and backup camera, which I'm using. My vehicle's really white right now, but I'm using the one that has the backup camera and plus the antenna built inside of it. Must have mirrors. Gas cap. 2 challenges ago, somebody forgot to put a gas cap on a vehicle, and last challenge I did, somebody forgot to put one on the vehicle. So you gotta have some place to fill up at. I got mine right here on the side, right side. Reverse lights. And when you do, your lights, if you have them on a moving part like the tailgate or lift gate, make sure you put some down here on a non-moving part, because it's like US law that if you have lights on moving fixtures that you must have them elsewhere too, because if you have your tailgate up or something like that, lift gate up while driving, if you're carrying like 8-foot lumber or something like that, then people need to know if you're going to stop, make a signal, or go in reverse. Yeah, brake lights, make sure you got brake lights. Make sure you have a third brake light, like up here, because US law says you got to have a third brake light. Make sure you have a rear wiper. Well, not make sure, but usually on SUVs you have a rear wiper. I know if it's got a sloped glass to it on the back, there's not usually a rear wiper. If you have a rear wiper, make sure you have a rear washer. That's this thing right here. I don't know if you can see it because the whole vehicle is white and it's hard to see white. Same thing with the front. Make sure you got wipers or a wiper that can cover the whole windshield. And like I said, I got 2 washers right here. Don't know how good you can see that. I even got a hood, like something on the hood here. Let's make it look more bulky, but you can't see it unless I actually go to fixtures and I highlight it. I guess because it's white. Let's see. Spare tire is going to be a plus. Nobody has full-size tires, not even donut tires anymore. They just give you a pump, and I think it's ridiculous. I think it's always good to have a spare tire. A roof rack is a nice touch. You might throw your bicycle on top there, or whatever people do with roof racks. I don't know. I never had to use them myself, but I guess they're useful if you have them. Alright, so last challenge, some people are really good at the points. Like all these points right here, some people are really good at getting marker points. To me, marker points don't matter. In the last challenge I did, some of the points that I said I was going to add together, they didn't really matter, and that wasn't relevant to me. So this time I'm only going to do the ones that's relevant to me. Like I did everything. Like last challenge, I added up the drivability and sportiness and comfort and prestige and all that. Practicality, utility, off-road, miles per gallon. The only thing that's going to matter for this challenge is safety, injury, reliability, which is in another menu. Safety, injury, reliability, total reliability, miles per gallon, and price. Let me show you my scoring card, how I'm going to do this. And plus, however you drive, however your vehicle drives in beamng, that fits my style, I'm going to give a score, 1 point for each vehicle. It, has better handling. So yeah, what I'm going to do here is, it might be a bit blurry, and plus my handwriting's sloppy. Safety is going to be the number one important thing for me. So whatever safety points you have, I'm going to multiply it by 1.4. Injury liability is the second most important to me, so I'm going to multiply whatever points you have on it as 1.3. And total reliability of the vehicle, I'm going to multiply whatever points you have by 1.2. Economy, gosh, I need to speed up. I'm almost 20 minutes now. Economy, I'm going to multiply it by 1.1, which, miles per gallon times 1.1. Price, I'm going to look at the lowest price vehicle sent in to me and the highest price vehicle sent in to me. Lowest price gets 50 points, highest price gets 1 point, and I'll use a calculator to figure out where everybody fell in between and give them the appropriate amount of points for that. Top speed is 91 I mean, like, you get 0.1 points for every mile per hour you have. So, like, if your top speed's 91, so I'm going to give 0.1. If your top speed's 92, so I'm going to give 0.2 points for that. Okay, 62 to 0, since it is part of safety. I'm going to start at 60 points at 100 feet. If you can stop your vehicle at 100 feet, you get 60 points. If you can stop at 99 feet, that's 61 points. But every point over, like if you get 105, if you can stop at 105 feet, then that's 55 points. And if you go way outside of 160, you get 0 points for stopping distance. Okay, 0 to 62 time, it starts at 10. If you go 9.9, you get 1 point. 9.8, you get 2 points. The faster you go, the more points you get. Quarter mile time, I'm going to start at 17 seconds at 0 points. So 16.9 is 1 point. 16.8 is 2 points. Track time, I think I'm going to take it to the Top Gear test track again. I got to know that track pretty good. So whoever has the fastest time gets 10 points. Unless I get like more than 10 cars somehow, then I'll make it up to like 15 points or 20. Most of the cars I ever got in the challenge was 7. So like track time, like is gonna be like 1 to 10, and however seconds you are, faster than somebody else, you get more points. I'm gonna figure out from the slowest time to the fastest time and use a calculator to adjust the points according to that. Like last challenge, Strop his car demolished everybody's car by 8 seconds, from like 8 to 10 seconds. So he got like, the most maximum amount of points, and everybody finished got 1, 2, and 3 points because they were close together at the end, at the slowest time. So yeah, I believe that's about it. That's all I had to say, really. Just hope everybody participates, and thank you for participating.